Another day, another Jon Jones video on this channel. This time, we are talking about a new criminal charge levied against Jon Jones the same day that he announces his retirement from the UFC. Dana White also says that
the fight was done. We had the fight done.
And then he backed out. So stick around to hear what happened. I'm Wyatt, and this is Fight Society. All right, so for those of you that did not hear the news, former UFC light heavyweight and heavyweight champion Jon Bones Jones officially announced his retirement. It's the most talked about topic in the sport right now. He said yesterday, "Today I'm officially announcing my retirement from the UFC. This decision comes after a lot of reflection, and I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude for the journey I've experienced, blah, blah, blah." Okay, so he retired. We talked about that in the video yesterday. I'll link it down below. You can watch it if you'd like. Now, honestly, a lot of us were expecting this fight to happen because Dana White said it was a done deal, which we'll get to in a moment. But a lot of us did have that 25 to 30% of our brain that was like, yeah, there's no way Jon fights Tom. This video right here is from MMA Fighting on SBN. This is Dana White being asked about how the fight was supposedly done and then did not come to fruition.
Bit of news that came out from that post-fight press conference. Jon Jones has officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the champion. This has been a long story. It seems to have a lot of back and forth. Can you tell us the timeline of Jon accepted the fight, went to Thailand, came back, didn't want the fight? What happened?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that Thailand was the end of it. You know, we were talking about it before that. But yeah, the fight was done. We had the fight done a long time ago. So.
Honestly surprising that Dana's saying they had the fight done a long time ago, because most of us thought Dana White, when he said the fight's done, that he was really just trying to buy time for them to get Jon Jones to sign the dotted line. Little did we know, Jon had literally accepted the fight and changed his mind.
So why he decided not to fight, you guys will have to ask him that.
Is it accurate that there's a lot of reports about figures he was offered? Is it fair to say he was offered a lot of money to take this fight?
Yeah. Listen, he was offered what he deserves for that fight. Yeah.
I'll just come out and ask it. Do you think he's ducking Tom Aspinall?
No.
Now, that I totally disagree with. He absolutely ducked Tom Aspinall. And if Tom Aspinall loses his next fight, Jon will come out of retirement.
Jon Jones, I said it a million times, I'll say it again. He's never ducked anybody other than that one goofy time with the Chael Sonnen thing. He's never ducked anybody. And, you know, I think the reality is whatever changed his mind with this fight, I don't know, you'd have to ask him that. But, you know, he's 38 years old, and I don't know.
Do you think if it was someone like Alex Pereira, he would fight then? And it's maybe Tom that he specifically like doesn't fancy the matchup, fancy the age difference?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to these questions. Only he does. You know, we had the fight done. Listen, our job is to make the biggest fights we can make and the fights that the fans want to see. And that's what we try to do. But the minute somebody starts talking about retirement, you know, my philosophy on that, you should do it.
Did you know about the stuff that came out of Albuquerque last night?
I saw it today. When I saw it today, I said, oh, everybody's going to think this is why he retired. Maybe that is why he retired. Who the hell knows, man? But, yeah, I don't know. These are all questions you got to ask him. Yeah. We had the fight done. You know, you saw me talking about it very confidently that this fight was going to happen. And then he changed his mind.
Two more quick ones for me. So for Tom,
Dana White's just tossing Jon Jones aside. He's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. He did the same thing with Conor when he said a few weeks ago, I haven't talked to Conor in a minute. He's not going to fight anytime soon. Now that Jon Jones is retired, he's like, fuck this. I'm promoting Canelo versus Crawford. I have a new heavyweight champion. Jon Jones, out of here. You're not making me money anymore.
He's the heavyweight champion of the world. Does that defense he did against Curtis Blades count to his official defenses? Because then he would only have two more to equal Stipe, or does he have to start fresh now?
You guys are throwing shit at me that I haven't thought about. I have no idea. But
now, that Curtis Blades defense should count, because everyone knows that Tom Aspinall has been the real heavyweight champion this entire time. I mean, for real, Jon Jones just wasted 2 years of our time. Like, for real, man, fuck Jon Jones. Now, in regards to what Oscar Willis, the journalist, asked Dana White about what happened with new charges in New Mexico. This is what we have right here. Jon Jones hit with new criminal charge in New Mexico for leaving the scene of an accident. Jon Jones officially retired from fighting on Saturday, but now the UFC heavyweight champion, former UFC heavyweight champion, faces new legal trouble after charges were filed against him in New Mexico. Court records obtained by MMA Fighting show Jones was charged on June 17th, 5 days ago, for leaving the scene of an accident, no great bodily harm or death. A misdemeanor, but the date of the alleged incident is actually listed as February 24th. There's no word why it took months for formal charges to be filed, but Jones is due back in court for a bond arraignment on June 24th. Now, here you see right here, the official complaint right here. Parties in this case, defendant Jonathan Jones, officer Kevin Gonzalez, plaintiff, state of New Mexico. Leaving the scene of an accident. Oh yeah, so July, actually. It's not June 24th, it's July 24th. So it's in a month. Bond arraignment, criminal complaint filed on 6/17. Now, here is the real interesting details that we have to talk about in regards to Jon Jones. The Albuquerque Journal first reported the charges that stem from a car accident where a woman was found in the front passenger seat of one of the vehicles involved, and she was, quote, exhibiting signs of significant intoxication and lacking clothing from the waist down. The woman reportedly told police Jones was the driver of the vehicle, but he fled the scene on foot, a Jon Jones classic, a mainstay of Jon Jones's story, fleeing the scene on foot. She then called Jones on the phone, and a police service aide claimed that the person on the phone, who they believed to be Jon Jones, quote, appeared to be heavily intoxicated and made statements implying his capacity to employ lethal force through third parties. So he basically started saying that he'll get her killed. When a police officer spoke to Jones, he allegedly made allusions to violence as well, but never directly answered when asked to identify himself. So Jon Jones, hear me out, your GOAT. Those of you that are in my comments saying this is the best fighter of all time, who has failed drug tests multiple times, ruined events, beaten his wife, crashed a car while drunk, breaking a pregnant woman's arm, fleeing the scene on foot, only to come back and get his weed and lighter and pipe out of the car, headbutting and damaging a cop car, threatening violence against cops, and now this. I probably left some other shit out too, but now this. Drunk driving with a woman not wearing pants. And it was just a woman, so it's not his wife. A random woman, they're both in the car, he's drunk driving, according to her, according to the report, all right? Interpretation of this police report, that's how I'll say it, you know, the PC, PR friendly type of way. But this woman is naked, essentially, in his car. They're both drunk. He hits somebody, flees the scene on foot. The police come. He then makes threatening statements saying that he'll get this lady whacked, basically. He's moving like Tony Soprano. Then, when a police officer spoke to Jones, he also threatened the police officer with violence as well. This is your GOAT. This is the fucking most shameful, despicable representation that the UFC could possibly have as their best fighter of all time. And he gets glazed. Not GSP, who never embarrassed the sport. Of course, he had a few controversial moments where he lost a fight to Johnny Hendricks in most people's eyes and then fled the sport. He told Dana White he would stay and defend the middleweight belt, and he didn't. But what the hell is that compared to all of this? This is who you guys go in my comments and freaking call me racist, call me a casual, defending this guy. Check yourself, dude. I swear to God. Jon Jones made a statement on his Twitter, and he said, keep in mind, even the media can get it wrong sometimes if they don't have all the facts. Don't believe everything you read online. Yeah, let's believe Jon, because Jon tells the truth all the time. This is a despicable, shameful representation of our sport, is that our two biggest stars are Jon Jones and Conor McGregor. Whatever, man. Good fucking riddance. Jon Jones, the most fraudulent resume in UFC history, and one of the worst human beings ever to be involved in the sport. Maybe the worst. And I mean this wholeheartedly. I'm not just trying to like do this for views. This guy is a real piece of shit. Call me a Karen, I don't give a fuck, but this is your GOAT. This is your GOAT. Whatever y'all say. But Tom Aspinall is the real champ. Tom Aspinall is on his way to being the best heavyweight champion of all time. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did you like this video? Then like and subscribe down below. I also do multiple live streams per week along with behind the scenes content, and members only live streams for our channel members. So become a channel member for access to bonus content. It's only $5 per month and it greatly helps the channel's growth. I also do a podcast with my best friend Bo, and I have a non-MMA channel as well called Wyatt's World. You can check both of those out linked below.